James Mercer Langston Hughes, or otherwise known as Langston Hughes, was born February 1st, 1901 in Joplin, Missouri, United States. He is of mixed races. He has French and English blood in terms of European. African slaves have been part of his other heritage. He also has Jewish blood and even indigenous Native American blood. Hence, he's actually an Afro-Euro-Jew Native American. Quite unique. And his heritage is also unique in another way. He has in one part of his blood those who were slaves, and in another part those who were slave owners. Now, his grandfather, Charles Langston, moved his family to Kansas. And Langston's mother, Carrie, married James Hughes. James Mercer Langston Hughes was the second child of theirs. Unfortunately, his father left when he was young, and he was in Cuba and Mexico to escape the racism in the United States. On the other hand, Langston Hughes grew up fighting against the racism, and his grandmother, Mary, actually helped him in this. She instilled in him to embrace his background and to be not ashamed. Later, he and his mother moved to Illinois, Ohio. He loved to read books, was elected the class poet as a child, and continued to write in high school poetry. After finishing high school, he went to Mexico to see his father in 1919. He stayed for about a year, but then returned to the United States after his father agreed to actually pay for his studies at Columbia University, one of the Ivy League schools that's found in New York City. He studied for about a year, but then left due to his distaste of the prejudice that was against him. He went on to write more poetry, was in Harlem, and during the 1920s and 30s decided various times to take trips abroad, went around the world various places, including some controversial ones, going to the Soviet Union, and continued to write during that time period into the 1940s. During the 1940s into the 1960s, he wrote a lot as part of the civil rights movement. He wrote for the Chicago Defender. He also became part of the New Negro movement that eventually became the Harlem Renaissance. This we'll speak in another video. He promoted the human rights for blacks. However, he has been criticized for his coded sexual terms and also for his communist sympathies, including the defense of the tyrant Joseph Stalin, who had millions of people killed. And these are the key points in his life, which eventually he died in 1967.